Hello, Senior Stoner fans. This is the Real Senior Stoner back at you for a very important video. You notice you're not seeing my top of my head right now. Reason for that is I want to give you a closer view on what we have to do right now. I have received my new atomizer for my Hi-Fi Duo. And what I'm going to do right now with all of you is I am going to swap out the atomizer. Going to look at the instructions right here in front of us, and we are going to take care of that puppy right now. We have a Hi-Fi Duo with an atomizer that showed a heater fault and would not correct. So they sent me a new atomizer. Here's how you do it. First thing is, you got to make sure it's cool. You have to make sure it's very cool, okay? You want to flip up the cover, which is easy to take off, okay? The cover. Put that aside. I keep a dab mat nearby. Cover. Then what you do is you take a hex nut lug wrench that comes with it, hex key, and remove the two screws holding the air box in place. These screws here. We're going to show you. Ready? Let's take off the glass for this demonstration. Here is the situation. Screw number one, number one, screw number two. And then what you have to do is pivot the airbox out and away from the main glass area. Glass being off, of course, right now. So let's do that. Let's unscrew the hex nuts. Doesn't seem to be very hard to do. If you have issues with dexterity, do what I'm doing, because I have issues with dexterity. Hold the hex nut lug wrench with two fingers while twisting it on top, keeping your finger all the time near the screw so you can get it off when it's ready. You'll know when it's ready. It'll loosen up completely like, any screw does. Looks like it's a long screw, somewhat long, but let's see when we get it up. Here we go. Not that bad, about a 1/2 inch screw. That's down on the mat. Now we're going to go to the second screw. Let me just visualize it for you. We've taken one screw out already. Can you see the missing screw? There's a magnet. Missing screw right there. Missing screw. We're going to now do that screw. And this is all about swapping out a faulty atomizer on your Hi-Fi Duo. Doesn't matter if it happened during shipment. Doesn't matter if you used a spoon too hard. Doesn't matter, whatever it is. It's a fragile piece of equipment. Take good care of it, and it should last. Then what you do, they said, is pivot up and away. So we're going to pivot up and away. Here we go. Ready? I'm pivoting up and away with my fingernail. Up and away. There it is. It's up and away from the main glass. Now I'm turning the page to page number 29. Remove the atomizer by grabbing the heater post and silicone. Let's look. Heater post and silicone. I see silicone. Heater post and silicone. Wow, it came out. Wait, this isn't the atomizer. This is the atomizer top. Again, we have another piece that came out. Okay, it looks like this is the housing for the atomizer, okay? Housing for the atomizer. Now, it looks like I'm going to pick up and grab this thing is the atomizer, okay? Let's look at it again. That is the atomizer, okay? So let's take a look at the replacement atomizer. I want to make sure I'm picking up the right stuff here. Let's open the atomizer box and visualize what a new atomizer looks like so we know what we're going to be taking out. Aha! It is the entire assembly. So what you're going to remove is this entire assembly here. Here we go. Coming up. Wow. It lifted right out. I will say that this is a unique design. Look what they've done. They've housed the atomizer in silicone. Look at that. And the connectors are below the silicone. So what that does is that really prevents it from getting gunk. I use this particular atomizer, quite a bit for the few days I had it before it went on the fritz, but just check this out. There's no gunk. There is no reclaim inside that atomizer. Look at that. That's amazing. And I was using diamonds. So let's see where it went. I mean, there's a very little bit of residue on here. Not a lot. There's very little residue in here. But what I'm going to do before I reassemble things is I'm going to clean it. This being the new one, that being the old one. Let's see if they did any change of designs. Well, it looks like what they did on the... Yeah, it looks like they did a little enhancement of design. Just a bit. So, on the back, you'll see these two wires protruding. On the new one, they've insulated those wires with something. Interesting, right? Always having improvements. That's a good thing. Okay, so we're going to cast away the old one right now. Casting it away. Bye-bye. Old one is over here. Out of the world. Now I'm going to bring over some ISO. And I'm going to bring over a paper towel. Why am I doing that? Because I want to clean and make sure that my areas that are going to touch the atomizer are clean. That there really is no residue that could affect performance. Let's go. Wet down your towel. And all I want to do is send it through where the atomizer comes up. Oh, yeah, I'm getting a little bit. Certainly not as much as, like I said, I would have expected. Wow. It does a good job really evaporating. That's all I got off of it. It does a very good job, actually, evaporating your material. In other words, it's efficient. It uses the material. It doesn't seem to waste it and have a lot of buildup. That is a big problem with a lot of e-rigs. How much money do you think we all waste? And how much consciousness are some people having of reclaim? Because there's a lot of it in a lot of devices. Well, this one has extremely little reclaim. And that's a plus. Okay, but I am polishing everything up. That's the idea here. Get it all spanking clean and ready to use again once I put in the new atomizer. Okay. That's not part of the instructions, but it's something I decided to do. Okay, now, check the gold contacts on the atomizer and duo body, making sure that there are any surface problems. I don't see anything on this. Nothing. Looking at it with my finger, nothing sticky. So you want to look at those 4 contacts in there. I'll show you. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Not the screw holes. You're looking at the contacts to see if there's residual stuff on them. Okay? Now, what you want to do now is you've checked everything. You've verified everything. You now can reinstall your atomizer. And it is going to be simple as putty. You know why? This thing really does work easy. You simply take the atomizer gently, put it into its position, and push down. Your atomizer should slide right back into space where it was. Gently, don't do it too hard. There it goes. Right back in. And try to make sure everything's centered best you can. What really is going to hold it down is this part here that I took out before. This is the part that has the air path in it. And once again, I am impressed. So what you want to do is you want to feel it and get it back in again to where you took it out of. You're going to have to do it the other way. Instead of pulling away, you're going to now push towards. Make sure it's in good. You see the fit's nice and snug in there? Nice and snug. Then you're going to return your 2 screws. I would get them in with my hand, kind of starting them, if you will, and then finish them all. I'll show you what to do here. So I got them in with my hand, as you can see, and then you take your wrench and twist. You're twisting very gently, twisting. They say in the manual to not tighten these. I was told, because I asked when I called up, that you can tighten them. So you can tighten them down. No one go crazy. Then we're going to reinsert our bowl. And then we're going to put our top back on. Our magnetic top that fits right on. And then we're going to reinstall our glass. Do we have flow? We have flow. We're going to get our carb cap up and running and ready. Magnetic carb cap. And let's go back to the beginning. Back to the beginning. How do we turn this puppy on? Well, remember, hold down the square button until it vibrates. Oh, that's all right. You got to do 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 first. Now we have it on. Temperature is 550. I'm going to go lower to 480. I'm going to put a dab in. I'm going to put a nice, I think I need something mellow, frankly. I'm going to put a homemade, you know, my blend made indica dab and see what transpires. Here we go. We should have a beautiful experience and get ourselves back on the High Five Duo road. This has been the replacement of your atomizer. Cheers. Here we go. Heating. Well, that's a good sign that it says heating. What do you think? It's not saying heater fault. Look at that. It's heating. And it's going to get to its temperature, and I'm going to take a hit. And I actually did this all by myself, but with Mrs. Stoner's help. Cheers, everybody. My new favorite device is working again. Wow. Got to take that temp down. Taking it down to around 420. Going in again. 420 it is. Here we go. Heating at temperature. Wow. I'm going to tell you something. The fact that it's fragile, the atomizer. Everything's fragile. Think of your Sony Walkman you bought when you were younger. Think of your iPod. They're fragile too. This device really has solved a tremendous amount of problems for us. Just think about it. Think about the difficulty. I don't have one at my fingertips right now. But and I don't want to be picking on anybody. Think about the difficulty of cleaning and getting it all ready and going to get your atomizer in of another device. By them doing this, and I know I put it aside over here, hold on. By them creating an atomizer, and I didn't realize it really, I didn't think about it, that's like this, that is encased in silicon. Think about it. Think what they've done. In, excuse me, out, in, out, in, out. It's easy. This is simple stuff. And I am a non-technical person. So we've just done our atomizer switch out for our High Five Duo. Hope you enjoyed this video. This has been The Real Senior Stoner. Cheers, everybody. If you enjoyed it, send me some comments and please subscribe. Have a great day.